Have you ever stopped to think that everybody has a story? You know, when you meet somebody, you kind of size them up and figure out who they are. But really, everybody is more than meets the eye. Everybody has a past and a history that has helped them become who they are. You know, for a long time, I didn't think that my story was anything special because, I'd hear all these just really amazing stories about how people had been saved out of an addictive past, or they had had a miracle that had happened in their life, or they'd had a tragedy happen in their life and they'd been able to turn around and just completely see people redeemed and saved and just brought back and be made healthy from their story. And I just kind of sat back and I thought, there is nothing special or unique about my story. And I was so wrong. We all have an amazing God cultivated story. God has taken us and He has developed in us, and He has brought us through circumstances, and He has brought us through trials, and He has brought us through really successful times, and He has combined it all to help us become the person that we are. And the story that we are, the story that we have, He wants us to share that with other people. A lot of times I think some of us are embarrassed by our stories because we haven't had this perfect past. And I want to tell you that God's not embarrassed by it. God is proud of the fact of where you've been and where you've come, that you've grabbed a hold of Him and that you are living for Him. And He wants to use your past to just bring people to Him, to bring His kingdom glory, to help people avoid the mistakes that you've made. He wants to use your, what you would think, mediocre story. If you don't feel like you've had anything successful, God has done something in your life. If you would allow yourself to just tell what you've been through, tell what you've done, He will use that. He will allow you to mentor other people and bring them alongside of you. I think the bottom line is everybody has a story, but do you care what their story is? There is a time for you to share your story and to mentor other people and to help other people with it. But there's also a time to just stop and realize that every person out there has a story, and that you can learn from their story and you can identify with their story. And we are all a part of God's kingdom. So I just pray right now that we would combine our stories, and so that God would be able to use us as a family, as a church body, for His glory, for His kingdom. So take what God has done with you, join up with somebody else, see the miracles that God's done, see the things that He has redeemed in you, see the things that our God can use for His good. And I just pray that together we'll be able to go out and change the world with our stories.